Okay, so we're looking at the perfect squares of expansion. Okay, this is law 4. All right, the perfect squares expansion. The beauty of a perfect squares expansion, again, is it is a rule which can shortcut your processes before you collect like terms. All right, which we all like shortcuts. Now, what we follow is when we get given a question which is all squared, it's virtually saying a plus b, and you would have gone through the laborious process, which is a long process of FOIL, if you don't know this law. So you could use FOIL with this, or you could use this perfect squares rule. You're both going to get the answer. This is a little bit quicker. Okay? What this says is you square, where you've got a plus b all squared, you square the first number and you square the last number. Okay? And in the middle, you always add 2 and multiply it by a and multiply it by b. You always do that. You always add 2. Whether this is a plus b or a take b all squared, you still plus 2. Always. Okay? Because you're going to have 2 of them, as you can see here. 1, 2. All right? And if we fast forward this to a question, which I'll do, we can see how it operates. So we've got x plus 3 all squared, x take 5 all squared, and bearing in mind we've got to square our first, add 2 and multiply it by the numbers in there. Remember that sign belongs to that. All right, and then add the square of the last number. Remember the sign belongs to that. So again, we are squaring the x. At the end, you can add squaring the last number, which is a 3. And in the middle, plus 2 times by the first number times by the other number. If we look at this one, squaring the first number, plus 2 times x times the negative 5. Remember the sign comes with that. And then we are adding the square of that whole last number and its sign. All right, that comes out to be positive 25 because negative 5 times negative 5, which is what this instruction is telling us to do, negative 5 times negative 5, negative times a negative gives us a positive, and 5 times 5 is 25. That's how we got the positive 25. If I was to do a question where the answers aren't there, it might help as well. We'll go with y plus 6. We square the first number, which is y. We square the last number, which is 6. We add 2 and multiply it by the first number and multiply it by the second number. Add 2, multiply by the first, multiply by the second. All right? Y squared, 2 times y times 6. We do the numbers. 6 times 2 is 12, so it's plus 12y. And 6 6s are 36. Doing it on something like this, what's the first thing we should do, Jazz? Square the 3. Square the 3.
Then square the x.
Square the negative x?
Yeah.
Yeah. So square the negative x is what we should be doing. Okay. And then in the middle,
b plus 2
always plus 2
times 3 times x
times
negative x.
Times negative x, Jazz. That's right, you got there. Good stuff. 3 squared, Rothy? 2 times 3 times negative x. So plus times a negative must give us a negative. 2 times 3 is 6x. And this here is saying negative x times negative x. Negative times a negative is a positive. x times x is x squared. And so we're left with that. Okay? That will assist you in doing exercise 5D. Any questions with that, or can I explain it better or go through any others? That's all right? Yeah? Okay.